Dime qué tú quieres, papi. ¿Quieres que lo mueva para ti?
What you want?
Mueve.
What's good, y'all?
¿Te gusta cuando me muevo así?
King Shark Entertainment.
Muevo.
Oh,
Muevo.
we're gonna get this together. Yay! Hey! Hey! Yeah! Anyways, I think we're gonna start the videos off like that. I need like a little intro fucking, I don't know, we're gonna figure this out. This is only the first couple videos. Anyways, moving on. This is video number 4, whatever. We're gonna talk about Cosby, and I'm gonna let Krystal and Saager, from one of my favorite shows, by the way. I really like this show a lot. Although I'm gonna go ahead and give it away at the beginning. I don't agree with them, what they have to say about Cosby, because I don't know, it's racism and shit. But anyways, let's go on and get right into it. So this is how we're gonna be doing these videos. I think y'all just gonna have to bear with me.
Cosby's conviction yesterday went ahead and was overturned by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court by a vote of 6-1. I've got some mixed feelings on this because, to be honest, on the legal grounds, it sounds like it was correctly decided. But let's just explain what exactly was happening here. So back in 2005, Bill Cosby was given an insurance by Bruce Castor. You might remember him as that really weird lawyer who was doing a lot of stuff after the January 6th impeachment inquiry against Trump in the Senate. That was him, that guy, the clownish, buffoonish figure. Well, Castor gave him an assurance at the time that if Mr. Cosby were to testify in a subsequent civil case, who was brought by Andrea Constand, she's one of the main Cosby accusers in a civil suit that she filed against him in 2006 for $3.38 million, that he would not be prosecuted explicitly under the case of this crime. So it seems that Castor, by giving him that assurance and testifying to that effect to the court, basically made it a slam dunk in terms of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court being able to overturn this. Now, prosecutors at the time of going after Bill Cosby had thought they might be able to go over this because it didn't fall within the purview of the agreement, but a 6-1 court decided against it. And Krystal, you and I feel very mixed about this because on the legal grounds, it seems correctly decided. But it's pretty amazing.
The show is so pretty, ain't it?
And Bill Cosby and these prolific rapists somehow all
Independent,
get
by
these
the way.
little sweet, also all near to 2005. Weird. All get these really weird, like perfect sweetheart deals. Oh, you're not going to be prosecuted. The man admitted to drugging her with Quaaludes and raping her. Yeah, and she is one.
I hate that they put him in the same box with
victims. I recommend this podcast to you. I'll recommend it to all of you.
On.
Chasing Cosby.
Epstein was
I listened to it
pimp,
like 2 years ago.
a world
I've never been more horrified
wide
at a story
pimp,
of sexual assault, possibly
child
the
trafficking
Epstein case.
pimp.
Just in terms of how much of a cover-up.
Cosby, you
how
cannot compare the two.
Disgusting of a predator this man was from the very beginning of his career all the way up into old age. While he was America's dad, he was going and drugging, raping young women, sometimes who were teenagers, buying them off, trying to call their moms, promise them
career,
college tuition, scumbag. And now he gets to walk. It's just, it makes me so angry. And you found this,
so angry. Everybody is so angry about this.
Let's take a listen.
I want to show my panel a fascinating interview we found from 1991. Bill Cosby was on CNN promoting a book. He tells an interesting
I ain't gonna
story.
lie, this is pretty damning right here.
Spanish fly was the thing that all boys from age 11 on up to death, we will still be searching for Spanish fly. And what was the old story was, if you took a little drop, it was on the head of the pin. And you put it in the drink. It doesn't make it, and the girl would drink it, and she said, "Hello, America."
That clip reveals a lot. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit.
Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. And so there's a lot to say about all of this. First of all, from my reading of it, you're right. This was correctly decided. It was 6-1 in terms of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, so it wasn't a particularly close call in their view. Even a monster, the way our constitutional system works, deserves to have their due process rights protected. However, that is far from saying the legal system worked in this case, or that justice in any sense of the word was done here. And one piece that I do take major issue with in this decision is they decided not only to vacate the conviction, they also decided to rule against a retrial.
That's right.
So that means this is it. That's it. He's free.
Walks.
But you think about the failures that occurred, not just with the buffoon Bruce Castor promising him, hey, you testify in the civil case, we promise we're not going to prosecute you. And then that testimony is partly what they used in this trial and secured the conviction. That's why his due process rights were violated here. But the failure goes to decades of this being an open secret. He's talking about it to Larry King, joking about it in 1991. Total societal failure, allowing this monster to go on and victimize woman after woman after woman. And it wasn't until Hannibal Buress, the comedian, remember how this all came about? I think it was in 2014, made a joke about, hey, like, we all know Bill Cosby's a rapist, right? And that triggered all of these women to be able to come forward. That finally sparked this legal case against him. But because society had protected this rich and famous man, just like they did Harvey Weinstein, just like they did Jeffrey Epstein, over decades, this case with Andrea Constand was the only one where the statute of limitations had not expired. And on the day that she filed this case, it was days before the statute of limitations would have expired, even in this case. So that's why all of the dozens of women, I think we have a tear sheet of the number of women who have come forward and said, this is exactly, and the story is the same in every case. He drugged me, like you said, he offered career help, he offered me guidance, and then sexually assaulted, raped me in case after case after case. Years this man was protected. And so it's a societal failure. It is
Very
a legal
few
system
sisters
failure.
in there.
And I do think, while on the technical term, again, and this is what's uncomfortable and one of the things that we do stand up here for on the show as civil libertarians and people who believe in people having due process rights. It's correctly decided on those merits. He should be retried, though. There should be an ability to retry him.
Whatever,
Barring
bitch.
the
He spent
evidence
2 years in
that
jail,
was-
dog.
that he gave in the
I didn't
civil
mean to
case,
call you
there
bitch.
may
I really
have
like
still
you, Krystal.
been enough
My
there
bad.
to convict him on these terms. So
That's just how I talk.
it is a totally outrageous and unjust state of affairs that this man is going free. And oh, by the way, everybody on the internet is pointing out Britney's motion.
Oh, don't want to hear about that. So, taking that in. Krystal and Saager. Let's talk about Krystal and Saager a little bit. It's one of my favorite shows, man. If you're into politics, I recommend you check it out. Saager is he represents the conservatives, and Krystal represents the liberals, and they kind of come at every topic from their own opinion and point of view. Her coming kind of from the left and him kind of coming from the right. But they kind of focus on the stuff that they agree on, but they have their own dialogues that they do, and sometimes one or the other one may not agree with them at all. You can tell, but anyways, it's really good as far as politics goes. So I would check that out if you're into politics. So a few things. What did she say? She said something about fucking I don't remember.
What do we know? What's the fact?
They did a good job at explaining what happened, stating exactly it all, even though it came from a point of view of a biased point of view. They clearly don't like Bill Cosby. They clearly feel like he's guilty. And like I say, I feel like there's a certain racial aspect to that, because the media always feels like the black guy is guilty. I mean, they show it on the news all day. And Krystal and Saager are a bit detached, I would say. They're really finger on the pulse when it comes to like politics, but when it comes to like, I don't know, like regular ass people, like they don't know us because they're not regular people as far as like, I don't know that much about their background. I mean, I do know a little bit, but I ain't gonna talk about that. But I think they both, are not, they're not very much like us. Anyways, the um the video with Bill Cosby and on the Late Show or whatever that was, and that's pretty damning. I ain't gonna lie, but what it speaks to is the culture of America, where this misogynist type of culture that we live under, and it's so like it's that colonizer shit, it's that domination shit, it's that rape shit, it's that, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get this together, but so that's what it is. So I sympathize with the Me Too's. I didn't say that in the last video, but it's good that y'all watch all of these videos together because that's how it's gonna work. But anyways, I totally sympathize with the Me Too's. The women get mistreated. They're second class citizens in this society, and it looks like Kamala Harris might mess around and be the first female president. Guess what? She's black, so she would be the first female black president. So that would also mean that no white woman has ever become president. So, and it also shows the system of the society of America. You know what I'm saying? Because you got all white men as president, then a black man, and before a white woman, you got a black woman. So it was like, their society, they really are hardcore on women. Like, it's men, everything, and women are just here to make babies and shit. Like, they don't really matter. Like, they don't, they shouldn't have no opinion or nothing. Like, just go to the kitchen and the kitchen in the bedroom, just like all that shit. But that's not our culture. That's their culture, and we've been colonized with it. So we have accepted it or whatever. We kind of like adopted it or whatever. But anyways, we're just gonna call it the American experiment or whatever. We're gonna get more political, but right now we're gonna call it the American experiment. The culture of America, United States, or whatever, is super oppressive to women. It really is. There's no denying that. So you can see those two guys on the Late Show or whatever you call that, and the way they're talking is like two guys around the table talking about how they just took advantage of some women, like it's on national TV totally comfortably, but that's our society. It's just guy talk, what they say, Donald Trump, just locker room talk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Locker room talk. Grab her by the pussy, nigga. That's assault. Nigga, that's assault. Nigga, you just assaulted her, bro. Like, you can't just grab somebody that don't, come on, man. But the society that we live in is so that. So that's another dimension of this whole story that I didn't really talk about in the other videos because, you got the racial aspect of it being that Cosby is a black man, and the system, the police system that oppresses black people in general, and especially black men, and I hate the comparison. That's what we need to talk about for a second, is the comparison of Weinstein and Epstein to Bill Cosby, because Bill Cosby ain't no Weinstein, he ain't no Epstein, first off. And that ain't racial at all. You cannot compare, both Weinstein and Epstein. Well, Epstein was a pimp. This nigga here, bruh. This nigga here. Anyways, we could do a whole video talking about him. If y'all don't know who that is, Jeffrey Epstein is the one who died in prison mysteriously and shit, and he had a house on the East Coast and the West Coast, and he had an island, and he had a plane, he had private planes, and he was flying them back and forth, and little girls, and anyways, what's up?
Wake up, nigga.
What's good?
Oh shit, you in class?
Doing something. Why? What you need? I got you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, appreciate it.
Bet.
What the fuck is that? That's nice.
Yeah, it's my setup.
It's little money, put the money in that thing, yeah.
Gotta do it. I gotta do it. Anyways, yes. Give me a minute. You can come in. I don't care. Anyways, Jeffrey Epstein is a guy who, horrible guy. Weinstein was the guy who, he was a movie, producer. He had a lot of power in Hollywood, so he could, females they want to be in a movie or whatever. Weinstein was the guy who would, pull out his junk in front of, the actress or something like that. Like, he was a real creep too. So, like, but again, they are not like him. And the point that Tim Black made with, hold on, let me close the door. Point that Tim Black made was that, at the end of the day, Bill Cosby is a black man, and the system is not going to be the same. Like, those guys wouldn't have been in jail at all. You can't compare. Because the system is not going to treat Harvey Weinstein the same as they treat Bill Cosby. I don't give a damn. So you got to face that reality. Anyways, we're going to finish this up in the next video, where we're going to get Karen. We're going to get the black point of view again, kind of, but females. So that's it. Holler at y'all. We're going to do this more and more. I'll do more. I hope you learned something. I hope y'all learned something, I hope y'all learned something. At the very least, you can learn about all the aspects of this kind of, like, this particular story. All right, King Chuck Entertainment signing out. Peace.